What's up, man? All right, everything good. Yeah. This your boy Zone 6 coming at you with another video live in HD. Fucking up early in the morning already. Let me hold this bitch. About to drop the goddamn thing, man. This is a real quick video, so let me start that shit over. Let me remix that shit. Let me slow this bitch down real quick, man. It's kind of cold outside this morning, man. I hope everybody cool on this fantastic May the 2nd, Tuesday, things of that nature. But let me start that bitch over, man. Yeah, this your boy Zone 6 coming at you with another video live in HD. You know what I'm saying? Straight off the temple, notepad or pencil is going down. This is just a brief one. I was inspired by Big Knock. Shout out to Big Knock, Nocturnal Thoughts. As we know him, he had posed a good video, raised some good questions, some thought-provoking questions. Shout out to Lady Shan. She was talking about the subject yesterday. I've circled my wagons and watching those two videos in particular on the subject matter of Teo Lopez. So I'm going to say this about it, and this how I feel. First thing first, shout out to the whole YouTube boxing community. I greatly appreciate you guys as usual. I see you, Shady Slim. I see you in there. That's one of my partners that I mess with. Every time I get the opportunity to recognize some people who've been with me for a long time or, participating and watching my videos, I'm going to always pay homage if I can. This particular video is to pay homage to Big Knock because he's inspired me to do a response video to the T.O. I ain't gonna say controversial statements, but the seemingly racial statements about, ESPN can have their black boxers. Let me speak on a little bit about racism, a little bit about politics, but keeping it in the thread of boxing. First off, for me, in my opinion, and my thought process is this. I identify as black, and I'm proud of that. I identify as black because of the Black Power movement and the revolution that took place with the Black Power movement and the Black Authority. Um, I don't identify as African American or foundational Black American or Caribbean or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a black guy. Identify as black when you start looking at the ideology and the identity politics. That's just me as an identifier marker for myself. I'm not fluid. I'm not race fluid. I'm not any of those things. I'm black, right? So personally, Big Knock, just to speak on it, I kind of agree with everything that you said in your video. It's a great perspective because it's your perspective. This is not to disagree or rebuttal anything that you said, nor is it to rebuttal Lady Shan's thoughts and anybody else that may make a video regarding this statement released by Teo Lopez. I personally don't be offended by it, or I'm not offended by it because he really just not. His statement is his statement. He said ESPN can have their black fighters. And as a person who identifies black, not Negro, not African American, not Caribbean, not Afro Latina, I'm black. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take offense to that. I feel that his statement is almost equivalent to trying to make sure that an ant gets proper drinking water. Like, that's how irrelevant and insignificant it is to me, like his statement. um I'm only motivated to give a different perspective because I respect Big Knock and I like Big Knock videos and I like the content that he produced. But his statement is not offensive to me because Even if ESPN wanted to have their black fighters, they could. Black fighters be whooping ass. Black fighters get down. And I'm talking about our top level fighters. I'm not talking about mid tier guys that give other groups of people issues. Yeah, I don't find it offensive. Yeah, ESPN can have their black fighters. I identify as black. Black is strong, and most of the fighters are good. Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, whatever it is. See, I don't know what Tio identify as. I can't speak to what he considers himself, but his father did come back out and clarify. His father came out and said, "Yo, hey, black fighters are this, black fighters are good. I don't consider it a back track or even a black track. I just think it is a recognition of the truth. Now, is his intelligence and it on display? Yeah, absolutely. Is T.O. probably misinformed? Absolutely. So that makes T.O. to me stupid. You understand what I'm saying? That makes him stupid. Because if what you saying is true, that's still cool. But what you're saying is actually false. ESPN has had its run of the mill with black boxers. That's one of the things that Terrence Crawford was complaining about. ESPN heavily promotes Tyson Fury and Lomachenko and a lot of non-black fighters. I can't think of a primetime fighter on ESPN, which is respectable, and that's cool. Nobody's tripping about that. The platform is a platform. Every fighter has their favorite platform that wants to do business with them. And I say this speaks to a bigger, larger issue outside of just T.O.'s comments. It's just that we got to think on a large scale, and then break it down. Boxing is a niche sport, right? Most of us get engagement through YouTube, and we're considered nerds for that. Most of our friends and family and people that we connect with in real life are those people that we connect in real life. This is a situation that we usually kind of take advantage of because not that many people rock with boxing. HBO, because of its Game of Thrones series and its successful hit series, and the money that's pouring in for those series and the dedication and the budget dedicated to those successful series, they've cut the budget for boxing. Showtime is pretty much not in the game of boxing as well either. I mean, they probably damn near obsolete. So the whole hub and the whole structure of boxing is just not where it needs to be collectively. So you got these guys scattered around over different networks doing different things, saying different things. It's because, there's not enough space for boxers. There's not enough space for boxing. Therefore, it's going to have a cause and effect, and there's just not enough space for specific or particular boxers. And if those boxers are not putting themselves in position to be successful and be the face of somebody's network, and they're inactive and they're not bringing forth activity, then you're just not going to be a name. It go back to the conversation that we've been having pretty much all week about what's the face of boxing and how does that work. You know what I'm saying? These guys are not putting in that work to stay active, to stay involved, and it has a ripple effect. Boxing is getting budgets cut, right? HBO cut it, Showtime cut it, Bounce cut it. I haven't seen boxing on Fox in quite some time now. So boxing as a whole is scarce, right? So by it being scarce, Lopez may not get the deal or the objective that he desires. He may not get the tangibles that he wants. He may not get the opportunities that he wants. So he's going to speak on it to what he believes he thinks is right. Now, was he misinformed? Because I don't know ESPN to be having a whole slew of goddamn black fighters. I just don't know that to be true. So is T.O. racist or more of an idiot? As a guy who don't identify, and I'm going to say this again, as Afro-Latina, I don't identify as Puerto Rican, Dominican, African-American, African. I don't identify as Caribbean. I don't identify as Haitian or Jamaican. I don't identify as Negro. I don't identify as colored. I am one who believes in black, and there's a difference. And the reason I say I identify as black, because I do look up and support the Black Panther movement and or power. I like the word black, and I like the history behind the black, thoughts, because I'm a history major. So I understand where blacks come from as opposed to Negro, African American, colored folks. So I don't know who's speaking on this. I identify as black. I'm telling you that shit now. I identify as black. So I'm speaking to a black issue. Now, if they said African American, it wouldn't be my business, because I'm not from Ghana, I'm not from Senegal, and then I didn't immigrate over here. I'm a black guy. I'm not a foundational black America. I don't think that I'm a part of some Indian tribe and that things of that nature. I'm not from Jamaica. I'm not that. I'm not from the UK. No, I'm from Atlanta, goddamn Georgia, and I am a black person. So as a black person who actually identifies as black, okay, I don't think the comment was offensive. I think the motherfucker was just stupid. I think T.O. just stupid as a motherfucker. And that's why he getting his ass whooped. And that's why he's not having the success that he need to. See, a lot of times, guys, you guys don't have to necessarily stick somebody in the ribs with racism or identity politics. Just let the world and nature do that. Because see, nature, it doesn't provide you with rights, okay? If you're hungry and you ain't got no food, you die. You understand what I'm saying? If a wolf sees you and you sweet and it eats you, you die, okay? You're not obligated to anything in nature. And I want men and women both to believe that, okay? You're not entitled to shit. No liberties or anything in nature. So sometimes you guys got to just look at what the nature of a situation is. He has freedom of speech. He has freedom of speech. He can say whatever it is that he want to say, and that's his right to do that. And I support the freedom of speech wholeheartedly, but I'm not offended by it. Because he was misinformed, he said the wrong thing, and he's stupid. T.O. is a dumb motherfucker. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. He's a dumb motherfucker. Not because he said black or mentioned the word black or he's racist. I don't think he's none of that. I just think he's stupid. Okay? Because I don't see the evidence that supports his statement. Okay? Now, maybe he's speaking in the future. Maybe black fighters are on his mind and he understands that black fighters, such as Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson and those historical figures, are superior in boxing. They have paved the way. I'm talking about black fighters. I don't know about Caribbean. I don't know about Afro-Latina. I don't know about Puerto Rican. I'm not talking about white. I'm not talking about Japanese. I'm talking about black. The people that's in the same tribe as me. I rock with everybody. I like white boxers. I like black boxers. I like Afro-Latina, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, and everybody. They dad, mama. I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I love boxing. But boxing as a whole is scarce. So it's going to be limited opportunities. So because of those limited opportunities, boxers are getting frustrated and they're going to speak their piece. And they're going to speak their piece to the fact that they contributed to fucking it up. That's why you got to stay active, man. That's why you have to stay active. T.O., that's anybody. Jamal, that's why they're cutting the budgets for boxing. Because you guys are not delivering the fights. Okay, on a consistent basis, by and large, for somebody to invest in you guys. T.O., you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It comes down to economics. It comes down to the scarcity mindset in boxing. It's a niche sport. Football, you got the basketball playoffs going on right now, you idiot. Okay, you had your good stick when you was winning and you was doing the Heisman Trophy stance and dance, and you was fighting on the same night of that. You had a good stick with ESPN. That made fucking sense. Regardless if you black, white, green, purple, whatever the fuck you identify as. That was a smart marketing play. But now that you've fucked yourself with idiotic ideology, you just don't hold that same value, bro. That's all it is. That ain't got nothing to do with nobody else's business but your own. So him saying ESPN can have their black fighters, even if that were true and it was a whole bunch of black fighters over there, and he's suggesting that ESPN is catering to black fighters, so who gives a fuck? What you gonna do about it? So what? Life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. Who gives a fuck? If a white person gets something that I don't give a fuck. As long as you don't stop me from getting it. As long as you don't block an opportunity for me to get it. Okay? And then sometimes even that ain't even a bad thing because I just go somewhere else or I just create my own space. I don't like laying up under niggas and laying up under men and needing the men approval for me to be validated. I don't need that shit. That's me. I don't know what he needs. Fuck ESPN. If ESPN don't want to fuck with you no more, fuck them. Move on. Hey, man. And then this the thing about these young guys, man. They run their mouth so much, they be burning bridges that they probably could cross back over. But they burn the bridges down so bad because they so fucking emotional. And he got a daddy. But his dad be on that cocaine and shit, doing that crack. Man, you need to focus on your son and teach your son how to move because evidently, T.O. Senior or whatever the fuck, you haven't done a good job. Because he's running his mouth against a network that is very, very powerful and very, very structured that can be utilized. When your ass is doing that gainer, that flip, the gainer, you know what I'm saying, that forward gainer in the ring, and you was doing the Heisman Trophy pose, you loved ESPN when it was all good for you. All right? So don't burn the bridge, man. I wouldn't have said that. I think that's an idiotic move. I think you run the risk of cutting your opportunities lower. I wouldn't disrespect ESPN like that if it were me, because that could be found offensive. We live in a woke culture. We live in a situation where identity politics play a massive role in day-to-day life, and you could run the risk of playing yourself out of an opportunity. I would have told ESPN, thank you for the opportunity, and I would have moved on to the next thing and looked at myself in the mirror to figure out how can I be more marketable and how I can make this work out for myself and how I can be more of value to a network and I can learn from this. I wouldn't be going around worrying about black folks, okay? Because that's not your business. You just worry about the wrong shit. Black folks do their thing with boxing and they have the historical data and evidence suggests or to suggest the dominance and the success that we've had. But ESPN ain't catering to black boxers. They cater to Lomachenko and you and Tyson Fury. They don't cater to black people. So I think T.O. Statement was more an testament to his ignorance than his racism or judgmental position. But he ain't offended me because he ain't said shit and he ain't gonna do nothing about it. He ain't gonna do nothing about it anyway. What he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What T.O. gonna do about it? If ESPN was to say, yep, we want black people, what you gonna do about it? Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing at all, man. You ain't gonna do shit. You're not gonna do shit. So him making a statement and all these videos coming out about it means what? Not a motherfucking thing. Okay? This is gonna be a relatively short one. I'm just gonna give you 20 minutes on this because the subject is not even that interesting. It's not that deep. I'm interested in it again because Big Knock, shout out to Big Knock. He inspired me to do something and speak my position on it. Lady Shan did one on it. And I just disagree with it being something that's so racist as a person who identify as black, not Negro, not foundational black America, not ADOS, not as biracial, not as a real Native American, not as a Ghanaian, South African. I'm not that a Sudanese. I'm not from Africa, so I'm not an African American. I'm not from the Caribbean. I don't. I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Spinner to the table. I fuck with the Caribbeans, but I'm not that, right? So, as a black person, he didn't say nothing. Like he just said a misinformed statement, which leads me to believe that he's stupid. More so than racist. I think he's stupid rather than racist. If that makes sense, right? Does that make sense? Look through a few of these comments while I got the chance. Let me see something. If they come, okay, there we go. Yeah, we got this chat working. Let me see who all hit up. Let me see something. Red Glove Militant, I see you, man. Appreciate that. Toby, I see you. Green Eyes P, appreciate that, man. I see you. Let me see. Showing y'all out briefly, and we're gonna wrap this up. Toby, I see y'all in there. Let me see. Facts of Dad is weird, and that hypermania ain't good. Yeah, exactly. Let me see something. Yeah, so I mean I agree with the statements and you guys in the chat. It's just not that deep, and it is what it is, man. This your boy Zone 6. with a quick video on the TO issue and the situation, and your boy is out. I'm gone.